And here we are after 9 long weeks coming in for the semi-finals. We finally have our matchups ready for you. It's been a very, very long 9 weeks for these teams and they've fought it out hard. We're here for the Meta HSE Rocket League semi-finals and I'm here with Chris the Average. How you going, man?
I'm going pretty well. Yeah, it has been a bit of a wait since seasons ended to get to the semi-finals, but we've finally made it here. We'll kick things off in Victoria as well, and well, it should be an interesting finals here. First v fourth, OACC taking on some Monikers. Yeah, it should be a good game, and well, still BO3, so there's a lot of urgency from the get-go.
Yeah, and this is actually first seed versus fourth as well, so there's a lot of pressure here on St. Monica's being the underdog a little bit here as well. But getting to the semi-finals, being in that top four, the teams do start to even out that little bit as well. So I wouldn't expect some massive, massive stomping here by any means. I'm looking forward to a really good series.
Yeah, indeed. We're just waiting on a few players to join. Hopefully they won't be too far away. But yeah, it should be a very interesting series. Obviously, OACC, they pretty much dominated most of their games in the regular season. So I'd
Mhm.
be expecting them to have a pretty good chance of taking this one out, as I think we have all 9 players in now. So we shouldn't be that far away from a go. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting BO3, and well, we do have a few other games as well today, so let's kick off what is effectively semi-finals today here in with OACC v St. Monica's.
I think OACC have beaten St. Monica's Omega before as well, so even more pressure for Omega to perform here. We'll send the guys in. I think that realistically, these teams don't seem to change too much match to match. There's no massive warm-up period or anything. The way that we see them come out of the gates is probably the way that they're going to perform throughout the match. However, I do actually hope that's not the case. I want to see a bit of fluctuation here. I want to see some ability to adapt brought into this match, and I guess we'll see pretty quickly if that's doable by them.
We will indeed, as we get things underway here for this first semi-final, and it's going to be a close start there for that blue side, as Marky will go up, try and set up an early attempt, but ball quickly cleared away there by Kyle. Arena now just tapping the ball back in towards the center, but I can't really do too much with it at the moment here. It's ball mostly just hovering in that attacking area, but eventually Fiasco is able to carry it out, gets it to Kyle, but he sends it wide into the corner yet again, and well, they're going to keep going on the attack here. That was awfully close for him, but just denied by the post.
Yeah, and after an early double commit there, it seems like the rotations have really been quite good actually since that, and looking like some high quality play coming out already. There's a great shot, and that will be St. Monica's Omega actually taking the lead early here. A really, really good start for them as Fiasco gets that pass in, and Kyle just gets on top of it for that angle down to go.
Yeah, it's a very good start for this orange side of St. Monica's. They'll pressurise pretty early on their own defence, so to get that early goal against ICC is pretty big for him here. But yeah, we know what Overnewton can do. However, they are a very stronger team, especially towards the later parts of games where they can just go all out on attack, and they can be very, very hard to stop. So they're not out of it just yet here, OACC, and well, look at that Arena, just tapping one up onto the crossbar, just no one there to follow through. However, Fiasco looking to try and counter, but Marky blocks off the attempt. But yeah, this is already developing into a pretty interesting game so far here. Both teams trying to go on the attack, as, oh, that was very, very close there for St. Monica's to go 2-0.
Yeah, and it's really important for St. Monica's being that underdog team that they can kind of get up early, get that confidence in behind them, and it should open up their ability to play. Another attempt, good save by Marky, will shut down Kyle on that one as Fiasco tries to set up one more time. Will get done away with Marky again. Really, really bit of a defensive powerhouse here, gets under it, nice air rolls, just showing he has some of that technical ability there, the mechanics coming into play just a little bit. It's just a glimpse of what we can see out of this player.
It is indeed, as we go back into the midfield. Sol just trying his best to get something going, but Overnewton, they have been blocked off here a little bit. They can't really get into that attacking third as much as we have seen them before on broadcast, so yeah, this is not looking particularly good for them at the moment, but as I said before, as they get into the second half of games, they do tend to gain a few extra strides and really lift, so keep their opponents at a 1-0 lead at the moment. Not that bad, but yeah, they can be improving here as they're still stuck in defense.
A very, very close game. I mean, there have been moments where OACC have been able to push out, but it's just not quite happening yet. Overnewton just unable to get past that midline defense most of the time there, and the shots they have had have been dealt with fairly quickly there as well. Now Arena trying to change that fact. They are finally in their opponent's half. Sol unable to make it, and it will go back the other way as it comes in. Another dangerous pass into the center there. St. Monica's is looking pretty good for this one.
Yeah, they are. They're really holding out Overnewton in defense here, and they're going to get that second goal as well. Carl once again being set up pretty well. This time by Fiasco. Just look at that mechanics. Controlling it pretty much from the halfway line along the wall into the corner. It's pretty nice stuff there from the St. Monica's lineup, and yeah, with 90 seconds to go, they're putting their mark on this first game.
Yeah, and you know, I said they were doing pretty well in this match, but that one goal lead was not enough to secure it, and now they're going to have to face it again as Markey hammers that one home. Just a little bit of a misplay from Kyle here. Should not have gone up and tried to get that at the backboard, unfortunately. Is going to cost them that one, and now the game is at risk. A minute 22 left for OACC Anchors to get one more. Overnewton looking good to come back in this one.
Yeah, and this could just be the near. Oh, that is amazing on the near side. Scrapes it past the near post, and yeah, just like that, Overnewton, they've turned up the intensity and they've found two very quick goals with it. So this is what I was saying. They can be slow to start games, but in the end, they are quite literally something else. So yeah, if this keeps going, that good 2-goal lead St. Monica's did build up within the opening 3 minutes 30 might just crumble away.
Yeah, can I say top bins, an incredible shot out of Sol there to finish that one. Had to thread the needle, and really that top left corner of the goal was the only option left to him. He hit it incredibly well, really showing that these players have some mechanics to work with as well, and you know, that's the exciting part about the high school series, isn't it? Just seeing these up-and-coming players that we might see go into other tournaments and really spread out into this OCE region. Now, Fiasco will get that back to Veo. But Veo needs to chase this well with 0 boost. Going to be a tough ask. It will center, though. There's Kyle, and it's actually going to be St. Monica's up again with 28 seconds left. This is now going to become quite difficult for OACC.
Absolute breakdown communication there for ACC. That double command costing him absolutely dearly. And yeah, that's pretty much opened up the net. That one, a pretty massive mistake. It might just lose him game one here. And with 24 seconds remaining, they need to be on the attack immediately here. But Fiasco nearly gets set up for the nail in the coffin, won't be able to commit it in. So Markey now gets a break here. He's going to tap it up, try and find it off the roof. Well safe on from Sol. And he gets it in, ties it up with 9 to go.
Yeah, under 10 seconds. It's looking promising for an overtime now. First game tonight. I said that this would be a close one despite these teams being in first and fourth position coming into this tournament. And is it proving to be? I mean, this is about as close as it gets. It really looked like St. Monica's was going to be having the upper hand here. I said earlier that these teams don't normally have much of a warm-up period, but I've been proven wrong as the Anchors just come in a little bit warmer now than they were at the beginning, and now Overnewton looking promising for this one. They have to get that second in a row to make this happen, though.
Yeah, Yeah, can they do it? That's the main question here as Markey picks up the ball at the start of overtime. Ball quickly swatted away there by Viocalo. So back onto the attack now goes the Monikers. They're just trying to find something to work with mid-flight, but they won't be able to. Markey takes the ball out now, brings it to the midfield. But Fiasco there underneath, contested possession will result in Sol. Bring it onto the attack, he gets a second touch, and he just sneaks it in underneath the defenders and the crossbar, and Overnewton wins the first game.
And that's the hat trick for Sol as well. He has really come up big for Overnewton. They are in the lead because of him in this series now, but it is a best of 3, so they have an opportunity to bring this back now, and St. Monica's is going to be looking to do it. They were the underdogs coming into the series. They came in really, really strong. They just weren't able to hold on to it, but you could not say that they weren't in contest for this. An incredibly close match.
Yeah, I mean, they were leading for the most part of it here. St. Monica's, they were doing quite well, but yeah, Overnewton once again, just that late game power for him, just really saw him through. It was getting quite tense for him as well. So yeah, it was definitely a competitive first game, but now we have to head towards the second. Can St. Monica's build up that early lead again? But this time, can they keep hold on it?
Yeah. Heading in again to this second match. It's going to be a tense one for St. Monica's. They don't want to go down in a sweep here. I mean, it would be so misrepresentative of the series so far. That first game so close, having to go into overtime for it as well. But you know what, I'm sure that Overnewton wants it. A good block there from Arena. It actually would have been in had he not have found that. Nearly in as well there in the reverse as Markey comes in and finishes that counter-attack there. Incredibly good setup by himself as well, as Fiasco came in to try and bring that to safety. Just wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, couldn't get the second touch there, so unfortunate for him, but well positioned for Markey there to get the follow-through, to be the second man in, and to get that opener here. So Overnewton looking to try and dominate from the outset this time around, and well, they might look for another one here. Arena and Sol in a good spot, but Viocalo able to get the save this time around. Now, Monica's, they're going to try and push out here. Fiasco in the corner. Drops it onto the backboard, but immediately picked up there by Arena. Carl can't keep hold of the ball, so Markey, he goes up. Can he control it down? Probably not. Fiasco immediately comes through to pick it up and get it to his teammate. All 3 Monica players touch it here as they get it back onto the attack. Carl unable to get a clean shot through here. Another double commit coming out from OACC, but unpunished for the moment. Fiasco trying his best to control the ball. Carl with a very tight line, but he can only find the backboard.
Why was there no one there to back that up? I mean, you have to have some confidence in your teammate. I understand that you just lost that last match, but you know, it's too close to lose confidence off of it, and they did extremely well. So back your teammate up, have some confidence in what they're doing, and that sort of passing play there is what I want to see. That's the support you need to have from your teammates when you're up, when you're taking a shot on net with that small possibility of a save. There's going to be the shot from Kyle, though. Doesn't actually need a second on that one with just a perfectly placed little touch there.
Yeah, set himself up pretty well there. Sol was the only defender, and he was going backwards. Oh, he's going to have a very tough time with trying to save it, and well, Carl, he once again just shows that he is a goal-scoring machine here for St. Monica's, gets the equaliser yet again. And well, we're tied up at 1-1 now with 3 minutes and change remaining here. St. Monica's, they are once again starting to control the pace up front, but we know what Overnewton can do as soon as they get some sort of possession. We might see it again here. Markey 1-2, nearly gets it perfectly set up for himself, but he sends it just a little bit too narrow there. The follow-through is from Sol and Arena, just not enough power to really do anything with the ball. So Fiasco gets it to Carl, but Carl whiffs. Arena taps it up, gets it to Markey, but will be a contested 50, and it drops that down to Sol. Carries it through. Actually nearly gets a pass. Callo, but he's been able to control his car and get it back in at time. Markey now looking to try and set himself up, but he immediately gets bumped off the play there by Fiasco, and we reach the halfway point of this second game. It's still really anyone's to win at the moment as Overnewton, they're trying to find the goal, but the defense from St Monica's at the moment just being a bit too strong.
And it's a little bit disappointing that there was no real counter-attack out of St. Monica's there. Omega had a good chance. There was a double commit that really didn't turn out for them. And the third man running back had to cross the entire field just to grab a bit of boost. He was completely out. And yet there was just really no push out from St. Monica's. So unfortunately, they weren't able to make use of that. It was a good opportunity for them, but still a 1-1 game, so they haven't lost out yet. That could be it. Markey with the long shot from midfield will take one out and put OACC up by 1.
Yeah, they get the lead once again, the OACC. Markey just puts it in a spot where they can try for a save, but it was pretty much a catch-22 as soon as they made contact with it. So, yeah, well positioned there for Markey once again. He goes for a quick-fire brace here in the second game. And he'll be looking to make that into a hat-trick if he can, as Arena now goes up, looks to try and get for his team by himself, won't be able to, gets blocked off. Balacala now picks up the ball in the midfield, tries to bring it to the midfield, and he doesn't need to do too much else. A perfect flick, a perfect 50, and a perfect goal to get the equaliser.
Yeah, really, really good little pop and dribble there. He got the power, he got the speed on it, and, you know, that's very, very hard to read as the defender. Probably one of the more clean mechanical goals I've seen out of St. Monica's tonight. They've been very consistent with their play, as I see a whiff while I say that, but they have been, and it's just nice to see that little bit of something else out of them as well. Quite a nice goal to bring that one.
Indeed, as Arena gets a very nice demo there. Unfortunately, no teammate to follow through on what would have been an open-head attempt, but yeah, we are just seeing St. Monica's really adapt here with a few more mechanical plays and a fair bit more really strong defensive moves. And, well, that counter-attack as well just amplifies that as Sol positions cars well for the save. He's looking for a counter as well, but Callo is in a position just to immediately stop that in its tracks. Markey picks up the ball as it goes long range for the past few seconds. Fiasco eventually picks it up once again, though. Can't get to his teammate. But yeah, they're just trading possession at the moment here as we enter the final 30. Arena actually has a setup here for Markey. Can he finish it? Misses a save. And OACC back in the lead with 25 remaining.
That's brutal watching Veo get up, just made himself just that little bit of an awkward angle, hoping that it's going to come to backboard for another setup. Wasn't. It was in, and he made that error, and it cost him as he wasn't able to make the best out of that awkward situation.
20 seconds now, and well, St. Monica's, they need some sort of redemption here to bring it into OT. Carl taps it up, but it goes wide. Arena finds the ball. Sol now looking to try and just burn as much time as he can. It's ball still in the corner, still in a dangerous spot here for ACC, but eventually Arena punts it away. One more player could cause a trouble. That's Varcallo. Can he set it up? No, he can't. Sol with the clutch save, and OACC wins it in 2.
Yeah, really, really close ending again to that one. And this is what I was saying about, I really hoped this would go to 3 because it's misrepresentative of the series. This series was so much closer than it would look to this sweep, to this 2-0 sweep. But OACC, just that little bit better. They just had that mechanics behind them. Both teams were matched pretty well in their ability to team play, to find each other and to defend even, really. But it was OACC who really stepped up on that mechanical side and made their goals that little bit harder to block, bringing out that one goal in both games to win it all. And yeah, that best of 2 has to be fantastic. I mean, yeah. But we've got to talk about one thing. I mean, it might be a little bit hard to select here. Clearly, there's one person who stands out here for goals, but who are we going to talk about for MVP? Because this is hard to select for me.
OACC, I mean, they are a team that works well as a unit. I mean, we did see a few errors from them there. There was a fair few double commits, which I wasn't really expecting from them, but yeah, that's something they do need to improve on. But yeah, based on his first game, I do think we have to go with Sol. He was absolutely huge, and especially when OACC were 2-0 down, he really lifted hard. He got those goals pretty much immediately, and well, yeah, it's I think he will get the MVP for this game. But in saying that, I mean, you just look at someone like Markey who got all 3 goals in that second. He did quite well as well. Arena doing pretty done perfectly in a third man position as well. So it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Sol is the MVP, but everyone from ACC did lift. So it's a
And
hard one.
that's why I was saying that it was both of these teams really were able to bring that in and that teamwork, and they worked together so well that no matter which side won there, it would have been hard to pick a MVP for that one because everybody played such a key role. I mean, shout out to Veo on the losing side there for that little pop dribble, but yeah, I think Sol really in that first match, he did exactly as well as Markey did in this one, but probably under more pressure. And I think coming through in that situation is what really makes him the MVP for me. They were down most of the match. He ended up bringing that in for them, and really huge. Took it to overtime and then got the goal there as well. So enormous effort out of Sol.
Yeah, indeed. It was a really huge effort from Seoul, but as I said, everyone did well for OACC. But for St. Monica's as well, they played quite well as well. If this was a best of 5, I feel like we would have had an amazing series. I feel like they probably would have lifted maybe one game 3 and maybe even drawn it to a game 5. I still do think OACC would have won it overall, but yeah, just not having that best of 5, just I don't know, it just sort of makes it a little bit of a dampener of what could have been.
Yeah. So OACC, yeah, first victors of the day, pushing themselves through and really reaching for those finals. They are the number 1 seed and will continue to be so as they get there. An incredible game out of them, just really pushing themselves there with that technical ability by the end of it. You've seen first match, but don't go anywhere because we do have more after a short break. We will see you very shortly.